Ellie. Well, happening this week, the 10th annual Ageless Awards. These awards are being given to those who are 75 years or older, demonstrating the importance of living a purposeful life and continuing to contribute to society.
Pretty neat. And joining us live with a preview of this year's awards and the honorees is founder and CEO of Age Plus and the Jesse F. Richardson Foundation, Karen Brown Wilson. Good morning.
Morning.
Appreciate you taking the time. This is an incredible award. I love this Ageless Award. I think it's so neat. Talk about what's new this year. What can we expect?
Well, we're going to have 4 honorees, actually 5 because one is a couple, and they represent different regions of the state and different life purposes. Don Brulin from Southern Oregon, been engaged all of his adult life since graduating with a degree in social work. Ed Moe, who is an icon in the indigenous peoples world. He's also a contributor to the Smithsonian Institute in Washington, D.C. Dana Maria Rojo de Stefe, both very well known in the affordable housing arena. And of course, Robert Stoll, who is an icon in the as a civil rights advocate and a civil justice advocate. So it's quite a variety representing different paths, but all dedicated to living purposeful lives well beyond 75.
That's just fantastic. You know, I think we so often talk about like folks looking forward to retirement. It's like, oh, I can't wait to go do nothing, right? And just to go totally check out. So I love the opportunity to really applaud and uplift folks who have continued to work towards a mission and a purpose. Why is it so important for you to have this platform to share their stories?
Because it's really that many people think that when people reach the magical age of retirement that they fade and go away. Well, most people actually don't retire, whether they retire from getting a paycheck or not. They stay engaged, they stay involved, they stay committed. They are the largest source of unpaid caregiving. They're the largest source of unpaid volunteers across our state and across the United States. So it's important that we recognize that older people are an integral part of our society, and they contribute a lot in a myriad of ways in all the things that they do. So we want people to know that most older people are purposefully engaged all their lives, not just when they're working for money.
I think
Absolutely.
I think these awards are a great way to bring that into a platform, because I mean I'll just use myself as an example. It's like, I mean, maybe those stigmas are out there, and I maybe didn't think about it this way, because these awards are something that can really bring that to the spotlight. I think it's very well done and well thought out. If you know somebody out there who maybe could be an honoree, or if you want to nominate or submit somebody, how can you go about that?
Well, we have nominations open all the time, but we actually actively recruit nominees beginning in late summer, early fall. They can go to www.ageplusplus.org and submit a name. They can tell us all about the person. There's a process that we go through. I'm not a part of the process, so I have my own biases about who I would love to see get nominated, but every year we receive scores of nominations.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
And of course, the 5 that you mentioned of this year's Ageless Award nominees are going to be honored this week at a wonderful luncheon. Tell us about that.
Well, the luncheon's at the Downtown Hilton in Portland, and it begins at 11:30. People start coming in to register. One of the nice things is this is a hybrid event, so people can actually go online and register to attend virtually for free if they would love to see these remarkable people receive their award. The event is pretty full in terms of the people in the room right now, but there's plenty of room for people to register virtually. As I said, and it doesn't cost anything.
That's great.
Yeah, that is great. Karen Brown Wilson, really appreciate you joining us here on AM Extra and taking the time. I think it's an awesome, it'll be a really great ceremony, and congratulations here on 2023.
Thank you so much. We appreciate your taking note of this event.
Absolutely. Take care. And again, that Ageless Awards ceremony Thursday from 11:45 in the morning to 1 p.m. at the Hilton in downtown Portland. Or again, as you heard, you can attend virtually, and that is free. More info right now at ageplus.org.